Hi guys, I am back with another video. Blac Chyna holds another woman, Ava, hostage. Let's get into it. Before we get into this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you be notified of my videos. And go ahead and share it if you like. Now, about 10 months or so ago, Blac Chyna was accused of holding a woman hostage. Now, this was something that was said, and the woman, Ava, yeah, y'all know her from the situation with Cashapp and Blueface. She's supposed to have been trying to mess around with Blueface. So anyway, he was in her DMs, the same one, the TikToker, the known TikToker, the one that's supposed to, lied about a few things in her TikTok. But anyway, before that, 10 months ago, it was said that Blac Chyna allegedly held this girl hostage in her hotel and wouldn't let her go. So her friends end up having to go get her. So I'm going to let you go ahead and watch that, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary and show you the other videos of Ava. Here we go.
Out.
Does she want him out?
Yes,
Okay.
she's crying.
Chyna! I'm gonna put this Dickie suit on. Oh.
Come on, Jen, let's go.
Come on, Jenny.
Come on.
Yeah, and you're gonna stand outside.
No, we're not standing nowhere, we're leaving. You crazy?
Hey, bro, shut up. Don't do it.
Nah, that's crazy. She's crying.
Bro, don't do all that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Whatever, my. I'm so sorry, Jennifer. Come on, baby. It's not your fault. It's not you. It's you didn't do this. She did this. I'm not going in there. I wanted to kick the door in.
Bro, I just had to.
You see that?
Time out. First of all, don't yell at me. I was very respectful.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to
I
yell.
just came to help you out. You did all this extra for me.
All right. Got you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize.
We'll leave. I'm going.
No.
I don't want any deal. I don't want anything to do with her. I'm sorry, sis. I'm sorry. It's wrong. So I can't get in here already.
What's going on? Don't worry about it. We don't have a key, so I don't know.
I don't even know one. Sorry.
Come here. No. Don't do I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, Ron. I'm so sorry.
It's not you, Jennifer. It's not your fault.
She was telling me I was so rude.
I'm sorry you experienced that, baby. I'm so sorry. You did nothing wrong. She tried to tell us all to shut up and she's gonna kick everybody's ass. I said, you ain't kicking nobody who I came with. And then that made her kick me out the room. You're not gonna disrespect me?
No.
And then you kept my friend in the room? No, it is. Ain't no way, that's right.
Okay, so I don't know what's true. I don't know if anything is false or what's really going on, but this is what supposedly happened. A lot of people commenting saying, well, why weren't the police called? Why didn't they bum rush the place? This and that other. I don't know. But if you see the video that you just watched, you see she wasn't allowed to leave the hotel. I'm going to keep saying allegedly. She wasn't allowed to leave the hotel, and she was considered held hostage. Now, with the Ava situation, Ava said this happened, and she didn't want to tell anybody, but of course she did call the police. She didn't want to tell anybody because she was nervous. She was scared what people was going to say and how people was going to feel. She took it down because certain people were saying certain things to her, and she was like, she was nervous and all this type of stuff, so that's why she did it. She ended up putting it back on TikTok. That's how I got the information. She ended up putting it back on TikTok, but I guess she wanted to leave it off Instagram because she didn't want to get in trouble. Like she said, that's how she made a lot of her money, and she was nervous. So anyway, she goes on and she shows what happened. A lot of people are commenting saying, oh, she said her phone was on 3%. I don't know a whole lot about Apple phones, but with Samsung, if you are on like 5, 4, 3% and you put it on the battery save mode or whatever it's called, your phone will last you a long time. I've been on battery save mode and been on my phone and done stuff on my phone, and I be at like 5, 4, maybe even 3%, and my phone lasts me for a while. So I don't know how Apple phones, iPhones work or whatever, but that is possible. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch a few things that she's saying. I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to come in with little stuff that she's saying. I'm not going to play it all because I don't want to go through that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and listen to Ava.
Blac Chyna held me hostage, and I'm pretty sure she was trying to sex traffic me. This is the only time in my life I've ever felt real fear, and it is the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. I finally feel safe enough to share the story because this happened back on August 10th, and it's been a little bit of time. I don't have time to go into the details, but Chyna and I met on Instagram. As you can see, we were DMing. I ended up sending her my number. She FaceTimed me at 3 a.m. LA time. My best friend, Alex Marker, was on the FaceTime call as well. As you can see, Blac Chyna follows my best friend, Alex Marker, on Instagram. So while Chyna was FaceTiming with me and Alex, she invited me over to her house at 4 a.m. In hindsight, going to Blac Chyna's house at 4 a.m. was probably stupid, but I'm me. I love a good adventure, and come on, who's gonna turn down going to Blac Chyna's house and meeting Dream Kardashian? Long story short, I get there, I have to sign an NDA, but this NDA was unlike any other NDA I've ever signed in my life. I had to put down all kinds of identifying features about myself on this NDA, like my eye color, my hair color, my height, what I was wearing. I was like, okay, this is really strange. Right after I signed the NDA is when Chyna very intimidatingly said, all the stories you read about me kidnapping people are true. Now, I've never seen any stories about Chyna kidnapping people. I read them after this happened to me. I got a gut feeling I was in danger, but there was nothing I could do because I was in a gated home. I couldn't unlock the gate and get out. This is the only photo I have from inside Chyna's house. It was in her guest house, like a sign. My phone was on 3% and she wouldn't let me charge it, so there was really nothing I could do. I was really screwed. For 6 hours, Chyna held me hostage. She drank an entire bottle of Casamigos in front of me. She wouldn't let me be alone. Every time she had to use the bathroom, she would make me go into the bathroom with her. She took shits in front of me. She forced me to take a wet towel and wipe off all of my makeup. She was doing weird things all night, like comparing our hand sizes and trying on my shoes. She kept telling me that I had to stay until 10 a.m. because that's when Dream was going to be out of the home, and she was going to go crazy on me at 10 a.m. She kept saying things like that. I really didn't know what was going on. She kept saying things like, I'll be honest with you about what's going on here once you're honest with me. At about 9:45 a.m., Chyna FaceTimed some woman named Donna, who told me she was in the escorting industry on FaceTime, and told me that I was good product. Chyna and her were going back and forth about me. They were under the impression that I was transgender. I am a cisgender female. I don't know how Chyna got that impression. I started texting my friends. I was freaking out. I'm out of time, for part 2. Part 2 of Blac Chyna holding me hostage and sex trafficking me. Now, a lot of people want to say, oh, Ava, you make up so much stuff. You're lying. I've never made up anything except for the Jeffree Kanye rumor, and that happened 2 years ago, and that was a total joke. And that whole joke kind of gave me such a big platform that I'm able to meet people like Blac Chyna now because of my following and who I know now. But I would never lie about something like this serious. And if you don't believe me, this is a screenshot of my location that my friend took while I was in Chyna's house. If her address is Googleable, I'm sure you can compare this. But enough about that. In part 1, I had left off where Donna was on FaceTime with Chyna. Now, I wasn't supposed to hear this phone call with Donna at all. But for context, Chyna had drank an entire bottle of Casamigos in the 6 hours I was in her home. Fully downed the entire bottle, and she was blackout drunk, and she was playing Nickelback music videos on repeat. So she was so drunk, she answered this FaceTime in front of me. Donna wasn't happy about this, and Donna was like, well, is she trans? Is she trans? Asking. That's when the phone was handed to me, and Donna was like, well, I'm just gonna ask you myself, are you trans? I told her, no, I'm cisgender, I can prove it, I'm literally on my period right now, what do I have to do to tell you I'm not trans? She, for some reason, wasn't buying it. She's like, I trust my cis Chyna, she says you are. And then we were all going back and forth. My phone's at 2% at this point. I didn't know what to do, and Donna said she was going to come after 10 a.m. when Dream was out of the house, and she was going to come check me out herself. So I knew I was screwed. My phone's about to die. I didn't know what to do.
At this point, she said her phone is about to die, so she hurry up and text her friend, and her friend was telling her what to do, saying run and all this kind of stuff. And so this is the stuff that she texted him. So at this point, he tells her to run, and she runs. She runs out the house, and like she said, she jumps over a fence. She goes and hides behind a bush, and somebody comes to get her. Now, after that, she said, was talking about her location and showing the house and saying, yeah, this is the same house as Blac Chyna. You can see here. So she's trying to explain herself and explain what's going on.
Everyone thinking that I'm lying. This is a screenshot I posted in part 2, and like my location wasn't 100% accurate. But this is like a second screenshot my friend took of my location, like when I was texting him, like scared because I was getting trafficked. And look at the house, like I was in the guest part of the house. Take a good look at that and compare it to Blac Chyna's house. I was in her house. How could I fake that?
So y'all, the crazy thing is, she said when she was talking to Blac Chyna was like, you've never seen the stories of me, you know, holding people hostage and all that stuff. She's like, no. And now that she's looking at it, she's like, if she would have known anything about it, she would have never went there. And all that kind of stuff. When she was saying the stuff that she was saying to her, what it was going to do, and they was asking her, was she a certain thing and all that stuff like that. That was so weird. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all decide this for y'all self. If y'all feel like this is real, like I said, I'm saying alleged on all of this because I don't know. But like I said before, there was a story before where they said this happened to the girl, and you've seen a video where it's supposed to happen to the girl, but they're not believing Ava because Ava done been lying and doing all kinds of stuff. But hopefully somebody wouldn't make this up. I'm hoping like you wouldn't make something this serious up, like it's gonna be out there and people are gonna hear about it. I don't know. And hopefully Chyna wouldn't do nothing crazy like that, but you never know. That type of stuff does not have a certain face on it. So people out here doing all kind of weird stuff. But anyway, I need y'all to comment how y'all feel about this. Y'all feel like Blac Chyna had part in this, she did this, or were they overreacting, or do you feel like Ava and the other girl are telling the truth? I have no comment on it. I'm just telling the story. I don't know. Like I said, all this is alleged. But anyway, y'all comment down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Banger Plate Gang, subscribe to Trish World. Make sure you check me out on social media and make sure you check out my shop. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, be blessed.
Anyway, enough of that stuff.